Hello, everybody. God bless you. Welcome back to Love Has a Name YouTube channel. My name is Brother Brian, and today is March 12th, 2022. As you can see, this angle is actually looking towards the neighbor's backyard, but it rained overnight. The winds woke me up early around 6:45. The winds were howling, and so I got up. I went ahead and I went to sit with the Lord. It's been a long week with work, but I definitely needed to sit with the Lord, and I sat still. It seemed like a few minutes, but an hour and a half went by. And this is what happens when you are in the Spirit. And the Lord began to show me things. It was more of a personal time with Him, visions and whatnot, which was a beautiful thing. But when I came to, and I came out of that time of rest in the Lord and in oneness, in union with the Lord, I looked out the window and the rain had become snow. We didn't get very much, but there it is. The Lord is doing much in here in Northern Virginia. So anyway, enough of that. In this video, we're going to get into a prophetic warning from the Lord through Prophetess Veronika West, a prophetic warning to those in the White House. Now, before we jump into this, it's not too long. I do want to mention that the 11,500 subscriber winner did not email me, but the Lord quickened me to just begin to search through the comments, search for her name to see if she had replied, because she does comment regularly. Praise the Lord. And so I searched, and it looked like in one of the comments, which I don't get all of the comments because, as you know, there are hundreds, especially when I'm doing several videos, and I just can't really sit and look at every single one, but I do try my best to read them and so forth. But anyway, the previous winner asked me to choose another winner. She was very thankful. She says she has the books already. And so I have to move things along because we have already crossed the 12,000 subscriber mark. And so we have two winners back to back. So I need to keep things moving. So the new winner for the 11.5K subscriber contest is Cheryl. Now, this Cheryl, I have already replied in a comment to, and she has already emailed me. So if your name is Cheryl and you have not emailed me, it's not you. But hang in there, you never know how the Lord is going to choose the winners for the next time. So Cheryl has already emailed me, this specific Cheryl, and once I get the response that I need, I will go ahead and purchase. So we are moving right along. Praise God for the momentum of the Holy Spirit. Oh, thank you, Lord. I just saw a white twinkle out of the corner of my eye. Thank you for your holy angels being here, Father. You are welcome here. Now, yes, we do have a 12,000 subscriber winner, but I am going to do a YouTube Shorts, which is basically a video that is 60 seconds or less to announce that winner. So stay tuned, and FYI, that the winner is a male. And that's all I will say for now. There is a winner already. So I'm going to create that video after I upload this one. So stay tuned for that. All right. So let's hop into the word. Okay, Prophetess Veronika West from Ignite Ireland Ministries received this on February 25th, 2022. It's called Prophetic Warning to Those in the White House. This is the main quote from the word, and this is, I guess, how she starts it. Quote, "Those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones." Then she says, "While praying fervently in my office this morning, suddenly I felt the tangible presence of the fear of the Lord come and fill the room. And I heard the Spirit say, 'Did I not say, those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones? For this is the season of rock and sand, where the floods shall come and the winds shall blow, and the house built on rock shall surely stand firm. But the house built on sand shall quickly fall and be seen no more. For I say to you, the shaking of the nations has only just begun. Now, that literally was the word she receives. But Veronika West does reference a previous prophetic word that the Lord gave her just a couple of weeks before that. Okay, so this is why in this word that I just read, the Lord was saying, did I not say those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones? All right, so now we're going to hop in. Thank God that where this is written, they were referencing that previous word. So, and that one is a little bit longer. So we're going to jump into that. This word that was referenced is called the days and the season of rock and sand, dated January 3rd, 2022. Early this morning, as I was speaking with the Lord, suddenly he spoke these words to me. Beloved, watch. For the season ahead will be known as the days of rock and sand. Yes, rock and sand. The season ahead will be known as the days of rock in hand. Yes, rock and sand. Watch, for the tide is turning as the rain of my spirit shall be poured out upon the nations. And the floods shall come, and the winds shall blow, and the house built of rock shall surely stand. But the house of sand shall quickly fall and be seen no more. For I say to you, the shaking of the nations has only just begun. All right, so obviously the Lord in the initial prophetic word was referencing that same introduction. All right, so now what I'm going to read is new content. So let us jump into that. For the Lord continues and he says, for the roots and foundations shall be tested, and the fruits shall be judged, and cursed will be the roots that bear defiled fruits, and blessed will be the roots that bring forth righteous and pure fruits. Watch, for I say again, the days ahead will be about rock and sand, and where you have chosen to make your stand. For the whirlwind of my 7 spirits shall blow forth across the nations, to gather up and to scatter abroad. And the flood waters of my glory shall be poured out and shall cause a divine change in the spiritual equilibrium. Yes, for suddenly a supernatural shift shall take place across the nations as my resurrection power blows forth upon the valley of nations in derision. Watch, for I shall render swift judgment upon the nations that have chosen sand, and I shall pour out divine justice upon nations that have chosen rock. Yes, and it shall be rock nations that I take up in my governing hand, that shall take down the giants that have sought to occupy the land. Therefore, watch and pray as I raise up my Davids. Notice the Lord speaking plural now. Now we know Trump is a David in the hand of God. Those of us who have discerned because we know the ways of God, we know he is God's David. But here the Lord is speaking of plurals because the Lord does things in layers, and this is a part of who God is. As I raise up my Davids from among the nations, even my Gideons, and my Joels shall take their place. See, for my Deborahs and Esthers shall emerge, empowered and equipped to subdue and overthrow. Thank you for your presence, Lord. Listen and pay close attention and become attuned with the frequency of heaven. You do know that God is the one who created everything that science has found, right? Frequency, vibrations, momentum, all the laws of physics, gravity. God created it. So please do not be one of those who says, oh, that's not a word from God because that's New Age. It's talking about frequencies. That is really ignorant, because though the New Age people and the demonic mention those things, it doesn't mean that those things don't exist. God is the author and the creator of all. The devil cannot create. All he can do is take from what God has created, mix it up, taint it, pervert it, and then present it in a way to try to deceive people. Now this I had to learn. So now I pass along that truth and revelation and understanding to you. And it's up to you. If you have a relationship with the Lord, if you know the Lord and not just about the Lord, and you know his word and not just about the word, then you will understand what I'm saying is true. So no need to fear. Amen. So let me read that again. Listen and pay close attention and become attuned with the frequency of heaven in these days, for there is a sound. Doesn't sound involve frequency? Doesn't sound involve vibrations? Yes, it does. And we all, every time we speak, there's a vibration and a frequency. When we sing, the same thing. And everything, even, solid objects, the window, the sweater, the table, the laptop, the camera, all of this, if it were to be broken down to atoms, we would see everything vibrating microscopically. So the Lord is the author of that. Amen. Okay. For there is a sound that is rising from the ground that will shake and shift the kingdom of darkness and cause the enemies of the living God to flee in 7 different directions. For the sound of marching feet shall fill the spiritual atmosphere, for an army of radical reformers will rise and advance, robed in the sackcloth of repentance and wearing the crown of righteous humility and full surrender to their King. And they shall pursue, overtake, and recover all in the season of rock and sand. Friends, let us be sure to build on rock and not sand in the season ahead. Let us not be found standing on the wrong side of God's righteous ruling that is now being rendered. Let us rightly align, even as nations are now being aligned and even repositioned. Rock shall withstand the greater shakings ahead, while sand will quickly give way and become the downfall of many. Blessings to you all, Veronika West. All right, so it looks like we got 2 prophetic words in this one. What a blessing. So I hope you have enjoyed this. Veronika West is becoming more and more popular among us in this channel, and I will have information in the description below if you would like to follow her on Facebook and whatnot. As always, I always give credit to those that receive the word from the Lord directly, as well as a way for you to contact them, follow them, subscribe, and give according to the leading of the Holy Spirit. Amen. So stay tuned for the YouTube shorts coming up to announce the 12,000 subscriber winner, and we're already heading towards the next winner. How do you enter? You need to be subscribed. You need to have notifications on so you know when I contact you. And please contact me as soon as possible, 1 to 2 days max, because I don't want to get behind and get confused on who wants what and which winner and so forth. So please do your part as I'm doing my best to do my part. So blessings to you all. I pray that you continue to have a wonderful day. And whether it's snowing or sunny or stormy, wherever you are, Jesus is Lord. choose to be full of joy, choose to be full of his peace, full of his grace, full of his love. And if you're not sure how to do that, well, ask him. Let's do it right now together. Let's do a prophetic act. Father, I ask for and receive the love of God. I ask for and receive the peace of Christ. I ask for and receive the joy of the Holy Spirit. And you can go down the line and just make your list. You're not going to dim the lights of heaven by asking too much. I love that. I heard Kevin Zadai say that, and I believe he heard it from Kenneth Hagin. Praise God for people who walk in the Spirit, in the supernatural, in the power and manifestation of the presence of God, and who teach. And blessed are those, such as myself and you all, who with an open heart allow yourself to be taught by others who are walking with the Lord, so that you can learn from our experiences. Take it, apply it, see the fruit and the manifestation, and then you can speak from the position of experiential knowledge and not theory like most Christians. All right, so that's it. Make sure you check out this video and this video. Make sure you subscribe as well. Go ahead and click the circle button right up here with my picture if you haven't subscribed. And I will see you very soon in the next video. Remember, we have a teaching on Romans chapter 6 coming up this weekend.